What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Market Monday, and just like the past 2 weeks, Market Monday is really only going to cover Monday through Wednesday because we do have Most Feared Part 3 coming out. I will have another video Thursday detailing our investments and our plan for the upcoming weekend, Thursday, Friday, and so on. Before I get into the video though, the Discord is live. The link will be in the description. It's basically like a Reddit-like community. They're all able to respond. People will be able to respond, ask questions, detailing investments and shit like that. The only real rules I have is, I don't know, don't be a dickhead, pretty much. That's really it. Feel free to join. The link, of course, is in the description. But as we always do on Market Mondays, we're going to actually go back and look at last week's kind of content and market values, because we always learn from our past mistakes or our past success, and it makes us it guides us to what we want to do in the upcoming week. So looking back at last week, it was a pretty typical week in terms of we did not really see the drop Monday to Tuesday on training, and that was just because with Most Feared Part 2 coming out over the weekend, training can't really drop significantly, otherwise people will just invest for the weekend. But our 88 team of the week investments were quite well. We were picking up the 88s at about 50k or under, and we're able to sell off for 66k, 67k, or if you were doing the team of the week set, you would have to have a couple of extra coins lying around to buy the 85s and the 81s. You were able to get about the low 70s in terms of value after tax, which is pretty good. Going on to our limited time investments, Vernon Butler, we were picking up at 385k. That was the mark I kind of set last week. If you want to know what the limited to buy this week, go in the Discord, because that's basically where I'll be telling you what I like prices for, like on updated prices on what I like to buy limiteds for, etc. But we did pick up Vernon Butler at 385, and we were able to sell him off for 600k over the weekend. I did pick up two, one for 365, and one for 363, even though the target price was 385. And then for the limited time cards on our Market Monday Most Feared edition, we did say Byron Jones for under, I'd say 500, I think it was 550,000 or less, was a good pickup. We were able to get one for 522,000, and we were able to sell it for, I think it was 797k Saturday night. So only a couple day turnaround. Great investments. We did not, I advise you, do not pick up Justin Herbert. I thought he was very overvalued at around that above 1 mil range. If he was 800, 750, I'd maybe dabble, pick up one or two, but anything over a mil for a card that really doesn't bring anything unique ability wise, gameplay wise, just isn't really worth it. In terms of our Most Feared investments, Anthony Barr, we said pick him up for 280,000, currently at about 330,000. And then Brandon Marshall was a target price of under 500,000 coins, and that was easily obtainable. Saturday night, we actually picked up 6 in total, keeping one for my team and then selling off the other 5. We did sell off Sunday night for about an average of 640 to 650k. Right now he's about 614, but there's only a couple up, and then he's back up to 650. So if you want to sell off your Anthony Barrs, your JJ Watt, your Travis Kelce, your Brandon Marshall investment, maybe if you have 2 of each, maybe sell off one if you want coins or more, have more coins going into basically this week's investments, because it's a pretty busy week. I think probably the highest potential we have in terms of our team of the week investments. But in terms of really our core elite kind of Most Feared investments, really all this past weekend was I was picking up 86 to 87 or 88 to 89 core elites on the low. Is pretty much buying the dip. That was the main thing I did this weekend. I spent about 4 to 5. Now I know it wasn't in the Market Monday video, but it's pretty much an on the go kind of instinct thing, where if a certain card or certain type of card just happily dips in price, you actually see me pick up a Jalen Ramsey for 90,000. And you could still really do this because you can always pick these cards up for Most Feared investments, some last minute Most Feared investments. Pretty much all last weekend I was buying Jalen Ramsey's for 90k, 85, and then eventually I sell them off for about 120 when the market kind of rises back up. The market, of course, when I was making this video in terms of correlates, there were a couple of good deals because I think the team of the weeks just got announced. There was a little panic on the market. I think I picked up a Justin Tucker for 34,000. Of course, when you're buying core elites, always target to get them at that training discard value. So for 87s, it's about 33k. You see the Justin Tucker. I'm actually going to look him up. 33k is a discard for 87 training, so 34k is pretty much a no risk. If he, for some reason, does not go above 40,000 coins, I can always discard him for training value. But I have been selling Justin Tuckers all weekend for 49k, so I'm pretty confident I'll be able to sell them in the high 40s eventually. But that was actually just a quick flipping. You're always looking to make the next coin total. You see the coins in the top right. If you are new to the channel, yes, I am No Money Spent. No Money Spent uploads every day. My No Money Spent actually was uploaded before this video, but we're hopping in now to the Tuesday Team of the Week cards. The first legend for the defense side of the ball, Jay Ratliff, Bears Cowboys team. I want to say Washington football. I'm not positive on that, but he's pretty much a Vernon Butler clone, and he's a set card, so maybe Vernon Butler's price maybe drops tomorrow, I think. Roddy White being the legend wide receiver, legend offensive player, 92 speed of physical. I wish he was route running archetype, but physical is not the worst. Pretty fast card for Roddy White, as well as you see all these cards are getting a +1 overall. Every program is getting a +1 overall to every card released pretty much, and that is why the Chase Edmonds, which is a very, very good card in my opinion, is a 94, not a 93. The fastest stock speed running back in the game at 93 speed. Probably should be a receiving back archetype, but elusive isn't the worst. And then finally, unfortunately, we did not get Jamar Chase. Maybe a most feared Jamar Chase or a Rising Stars Jamar Chase in the future, but Cooper Kupp, honestly, probably one of the worst heroes. Kevin Byard wasn't that good either, but Cooper Kupp, only 90 speed route runner, is pretty damn slow, but he is at 93 overall. If you actually do have some correlate Cooper Kupp, because he was one of the cards we were kind of targeting for maybe a most feared upgrade. For the Rams, it's really either Cooper Kupp, Andrew Whitworth, or Aaron Donald. I would sell off Cooper Kupp because he does have an 84 team of the week that I believe goes into the power-up. So the correlate is kind of spiked up in price. He was about 5,000 to 6,000 coins yesterday. I did pick up a few Sunday night in anticipation that he might maybe get a team of the week card. So I'm actually trying to flip him. Anything above 15K, I'll gladly take for Cooper Kupp. But moving on to investments this week, Tuesday, it's not going to be 88s like they were last couple weeks. It's going to be 89 team of the weeks. And this only happens, it's like once every 4 weeks. The overalls kind of get updated. And for us, this is amazing. And why is this necessarily amazing? Well, 89 cards in general are really good for training. Right now, 89s are valued at about 70,000 coins for that 21, 22 coins per training kind of quick sell. And the 89 team of the weeks, like I think it was 3 weeks ago, Deebo Samuel, when he was the new 88, when we went from 87 to 88 overalls, the 88 team of the weeks were the cheapest training, and it wasn't really close. I believe 88s were going for 60K at the time 4 weeks ago, and Deebo Samuel was able to be picked up at 50K, so a 10K basically cheaper option for training, and it's going to be the same thing for this week with 89s. They're going for 70K right now. I can't see the 89 team of the weeks. Now, we don't know what cards they actually are, but I cannot see the 89 team of the weeks going for more than 60,000 coins. If you want to stay updated on what price I'm targeting exactly, of course, join the Discord. That's going to be the easiest way, where I basically are going to post updates on what I'm targeting price-wise. There'll be some other people posting their opinions on the investments. But the 89 team of the week investments, this is basically a once every 4 weeks thing. It's the best, most highest potential ceiling, because we're not only buying them for just straight up team of the week investments, right, the 1 day turnaround, but they're training investments. When training goes up from Tuesday to Wednesday, these cards will be bought for training, so there'll be less and less and less of them on the market throughout the Wednesday, throughout the week, really. But 89 team of the weeks, we do not buy right when they come out. That typically the best time to buy these cards is later on in the afternoon. I'd say 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or later is the time that I target. I'm usually on very late. I'm a night owl pretty much, so I usually snipe my 89 team of the weeks or 88 team of the weeks previously late into the night when there's less kind of competition on the sniping filter. But I'll go into the price over no money spent video. We'll be out a little early tomorrow, kind of updating you what price you should target for the 89 team of the weeks. But if you want to know right away, like earliest can, join the Discord. It's free. I know I'm plugging in a lot, but a lot of people have requested it, and I think it's a very good thing about it. Also, on the Tuesday is going to be your most feared kind of last-minute investments. Tuesday is going to be the cheapest you have, because Wednesday, the market just generally rises, as we've seen, just because training is needed for the wildcard Wednesday packs, as well as the kind of speculation, the hype for most feared part 3 is only going to rise throughout the week. So Tuesday is kind of that last day, that last chance shopping to pick up some most feared investments. Watch my most feared part 3 predictions and investments. You guys can take what you want with the information and maybe choose 2 or 3 players where you buy 1 or 2 of them, maybe like an Aaron Donald. You buy an Aaron Donald Tuesday, try to get them for the cheapest price possible. Of course, they're not going to be as good prices as we got this past weekend, but if you were gone for the weekend, if you were away, Tuesday is kind of that last day to pick up certain cards. Just go on the 86, 87 filter by newest, pick up some cards maybe that you think can get some most feared upgrades this weekend. Moving on to Wednesday, not really an investment, but it's kind of a rest in peace to the heavyweight reroll. If you're new to the channel, pretty much heavyweights have been our favorite way to turn training into coins, the best arbitrage method, basically because heavyweights are forgotten. But we're going to be losing our 5 old heavyweights, that being, now we do lose Williams, Saffold, and Spain, but we lose Sweat and Conklin, and especially Sweat and Conklin. We're still going for about 95 to 100,000 for the past month, which made the set really good. Whenever there's the lowest overall card in the set, and it still goes for one of the top 5 highest prices you can get, that being Conklin being an 88 overall, the lowest overall you can pull, but he goes for one of the highest prices in terms of like he goes for what an 89 or a 90 goes for. It makes the set just, or the reroll, really profitable. We're going to be losing that. We're actually be getting, you actually see me, I get 2 Ryan Kellys for 100k. That's really good training. I end up buying 2 of them in this clip. But heavyweights, we'll be getting 4 91s and 192, I think, because we're getting all the overall upgrades. So if you actually want to invest on Tuesday into some maybe linemen that are eligible for an upgrade, that meaning they have not gotten a card so far and that they're core elite because they go into the power-ups, maybe pick up some guys like Laramie Tunsil, Brandon Lindor. There's a couple, maybe some D linemen. Leonard Williams isn't a bad shout. Akeem Hicks always seems to get a heavyweight. If you want to pick up some of those guys for dirt cheap on Tuesday when team of the weeks are spam, core elites are flooded onto the market, maybe pick up some elite core elites that are really low overall that can potentially get heavyweights. I'll probably be buying 1 or 2, but not too many. And then Wednesday, we are going to be, of course, selling off our 89 team of the weeks. I'll post a video on Wednesday pretty much. Either you can sell them off, discard them for training, or do the set. Of course, if we are selling off the 89 team of the weeks, we do not sell off until the afternoon, and that is crucial. Do not sell basically before the same time we buy. 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Time would be the time when I would list all my cards, because it takes a little bit. It takes throughout the Wednesday for training to gradually go up, for the cards basically to become obsolete on the market and put into the sets, and they disappear on the market throughout the day. And then Wednesday, of course, is going to be our buy day for our limited time team of the week, that being Chase Edmonds this week. Don't know the price he's going to be, don't know the target price yet. Of course, I'll be updating that in tomorrow's No Money Spent video in the Discord as fast as possible. My target price for Chase Edmonds, hopefully, I think he'll be around 7. He is the highest running back. He's the fastest running back, so he's going to have a decent price tag. I think he'll be around that Will Fuller range. We'll eventually pick him up for around 700 to 750, and you can't really go wrong buying the highest speed running back in the game and a limited time investment, and he's a 94 overall, so that's another thing. And then lastly, as we wrap up this video, this isn't really an investment, this is just more, if you have any 92 LTD cards, they are, I'd say at 80% chance they are going to get a Redux this weekend. Now, why do I say they are going to get a Redux? And especially if you have Leo Collins, because we're getting heavyweights, we're probably going to be seeing a 91 right tackle. I would sell off Leo Collins ASAP. But in terms of why do I think we're getting Reduxes? Well, the last time we got Reduxes was 91s got Reduxes, and they got their 91 Reduxes at the same time we saw the overall jump from the limiteds from a 92 to a 93 overall. That was the first week. It was the Marcus May and the Rodney Hudson. The first week they came out, we got our 91 Reduxes, and as we know, this week we are getting an overall jump again. So the limiteds this week will actually be, wait, were 93s or no, they were not 94 overalls. We will be getting 94 limiteds as well this week. If you really want to wait till they announce the Thursday limiteds on Wednesday night, and if they jump to a 94 overall, you will see basically, it will basically guarantee, if they stick on the same schedule, that the 92 LTDs will be getting Reduxes. So that might be a little investment. I'll talk about that in our most feared. Maybe we buy some 92 limiteds on Thursday night when they kind of announce that Reduxes are a thing. But wrapping up this video, if you have any core elites like I have, pretty much I've invested about 5 mil into core elites. Not really either most feared investments, just the core elite market in general. Always hedge your bets. We don't have that security of Most Feared Part 4 coming out the following weekend. So if you have, let's say you got 5 Aaron Donalds in your binder, right? I have 15. I am most likely going to be going into Most Feared with only 1 or 2 Aaron Donalds. You really want to sell off when they're at their peak randomly throughout the week, and over this week, you'll see cards that are eligible to get Most Fears, like maybe Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Aaron Donald, they're priced just off a hype and anticipation alone. Aaron Donald last week went from 120 to 150k midweek. He will probably do the same this week and sell off. Take the profit, hedge your bets, sell off about 80% of your investments. So it kind of backs you to where if Aaron Donald does not get an upgrade, his price will crash back down to that 95, that 90,000 mark that it was this past weekend. You don't want to be left out to dry. Sell off 75 to 80% of your investments, that being maybe a Khalil Mack. If Khalil Mack, whenever Khalil Mack goes up to 65 or 60,000 coins, I was picking him up at 40,000 this past weekend. I'm going to sell off 80% of my Khalil Macks because we don't have that security of Most Feared Part 4. Take the profit while you can. That's really going to be all, though, for this Market Monday. Of course, Most Feared Part 3 market breakdown will be Thursday night. Join the Discord if you haven't already. should be. I'm only learning more about Discord. I don't really use it that much, so I'm basically adding stuff as the days go on. But that's going to be end of Market Monday. Subscribe if you're new. Comment, of course, if you have any questions. Like if you enjoyed the video. And until tomorrow, peace.